just like you. Don't hold us back, just say farewell. Your world is our world too.
Previously on Unlikely Travellers, the chosen six took the first steps on the journey of a lifetime.
Looking at those six, I just think that they've got personality, they've got passion to want to go to Egypt.
I am.
You are.
They are unique in so many ways.
We have a fairly intensive program organised to work them as a team. They've got to want to go and they've got to want to be very committed to that.
Watch your feet.
They have struggled to overcome things most people take for granted.
We're going to try and push their boundaries a little bit and see what they can achieve.
Camels have got lockjaw and plus they do spit. Sometimes you got to put them to sleep or shoot them or whatever to get them to let go. That's what I was told a long time ago in the circus.
Right. That's it. That's it.
I enjoyed the camels. They were a little bit high off the ground. They were great.
I thought when you get on a camel, I thought you got two hump, not one big hump. Yeah. And you start right in the middle of the hump, then you can feel the hump, feel the back hump.
It wasn't like that, was it?
The
no.
hump, but it's excellent. Sometimes when you ride the camel gone by itself.
I know, it was going off on its own. It had a mind of its own. We don't know how to drive a camel.
I think all the guys are having a ball. Probably the only one really that's probably still screaming is Kelly. But everybody else seems to be coping well.
No! Oh my God, he's not happy.
They're very big. So I thought they weren't going to be this big.
No, I didn't think that was going to be this big.
Darren had an experience at the pyramids where a girl and a guy came up to him and they wanted to put a turban on his head. And this is one of the things that we've been warned about on the bus before we got off, is that there will be people who try and play tricks on you and they'll try and give you something and then you'll think that they've given it to you and they'll come back then and they pester you for money. I guess being so good-natured, he just couldn't understand how people could be mean like that.
Don't like it. I'm really upset now. I've got butterfly in my tummy. I really want to go. I really not enjoy much. That where we are. See, can you see that? That where we are now.
I heard it echoing, Darren.
A bit louder.
I have asked Tasha to go out with me and she said yes. And I'm glad with that.
He's got a great sense of humour, but he does push people away a lot. He tells a few jokes that aren't really that funny, and he has a good sense of humour when I make him laugh.
I think one of the highlights for Darren when we saw the Sphinx was the fact that the Egyptologist told us that there was hundreds of Sphinx, and I think he couldn't wait to get back and tell his brother that he was wrong.
And you was wrong, Shangy. Not only one Sphinx, many Sphinx.
ballet dancer was upstage and dancing all the time, and I was sort of staring at her all the time because I was looking at her dancing. I was looking at the ballet dancers dancing all the time. Well, I couldn't resist staring at her because it was so attractive. Because she was so attractive.
Oh, she's really, really hot type. Her sacred breast up and down, only her breast, nothing else. Then she went like that to me, really close. That was really fun.
Well, yesterday I went to Abu Simbel and had a look inside, and I saw these artifacts and everything. I felt happy.
Went to Abu Simbel and saw Ramesses II, who's very off himself. I went dancing with quite a few people, and Cole said I didn't, but I know that I did. She's always saying that, and it drives me crazy. She said I shouldn't rush into things with Stanley. I mean, I know anything about hugging, kissing, holding hands, and not falling in love in relationships, and not being in relationships, and asking for mum and dad's permission before I have a relationship. And I wish sometimes that the girls would leave me alone to make my own decisions.
Tim, what's your car, Helen?
Oh, really hurt. I was really happy, Natasha. When she said she just want to be friends, because I was dumped. Wow, oh, really did hurt.
Whoa!
I didn't like the donkeys. I don't know why I didn't like the donkeys, but they, not my cup of tea. Yeah.
It's fun, but I want to get off. I love camel. Camel no sweat, but donkey, no way. You can keep the donkey.
No! Donkeys were hard to control, but I figured it out. Yeah, and I miss my family, I miss my cat, I miss my sisters, I miss Australia. I'm riding a donkey. It's quite bumpy. It's a little bumpy. It's bumpy.
Can you see that? We went to that temple and then we saw the bird, the god.
Me and Natasha is still going out together. Fantastic, he is. Just to let you know where I do things. Boyfriend, girlfriend first, then de facto, and then engage, and then a wedding.
Well, I decided not to listen to the other girls. It's really none of their business. Stanley is still hugging, kissing me and loving me and all that, and need me and want me and all that. But I told him not to rush into anything. The way he's saying and doing is inappropriate. Not to hug and kiss hands, just to be friends for a while, and not to rush into anything and without my mum and dad's permission.
The biggest dilemma for me was how far Natasha and Stanley's relationship was going to go on the trip, and I guess to be explicit in a sexual nature. And for me, I didn't want it to continue to that point, and that was my dilemma. What right did I have to think like that? But in the end, sitting them down and talking about that, and talking about, I guess, as if it was my own son or daughter, about how a relationship has to grow before we go that next step to a sexual relationship.
I just can't wait to get home again because I'm missing everyone now. I just can't wait to get home. I was quite upset because I was missing home because I was a bit homesick. I had no one to talk to. And John came over and gave me a bit of a cuddle, and he said, oh, if you want anyone to talk to in the car, you can always talk to me if you've got anything bothering you, if you're missing home and all this stuff. I'm not going to cope for 2 weeks. I'm going to end up crying, so I just let it all out.
How much do those cost?
One of the most fun times for me particularly was when we went into the markets, and I guess in a way probably teaching these guys how to wheel and deal in the marketplace. Of course I went with James, and as soon as they mentioned the price, James said, yeah, that sounds fine, and starts to pull out his money and pay for things. So we had a quick education for James on how to negotiate.
No.
Why?
Too dear.
90 and 40?
No way.
Why?
Too dear.
Too dear. Then he offered offered me a drink.
What do we have?
Lemonade.
Lemonade. He didn't charge us for that, did he?
Nah.
I think he made up for it in some of the stuff we bought, though, do you reckon?
Yeah, he made up. Thank you.
Okay, happy?
Happy.
Okay. Have a
I
lovely
didn't
time.
finish that drink.
Oh,
All right. Fine.
take your time.
No. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome anytime. Have a lovely time.
Thank you.
The lower you start, okay, then you can go up. But if you start at 70, then you can't go below, okay? So you've got to go below.
How much? 60.
60. So, looking at what do you think? Half of 60, what are we on?
Down to 50?
No, half of 60.
320?
220.
120?
240.
Oh, wow.
Too dear.
Okay.
How much are you willing to spend?
Hello.
You like that one?
Yeah, Tutankhamun.
You like that?
Yeah.
How much?
You offered him 50, so you can't go down to 20 now. So you offered the man 50.
I thought you were very good because the first price you gave him, I thought it was 100 he wanted, and the first price you gave him was 50. Do you know what your next price was after that?
Next price was 40, wasn't it?
20.
20, next price was 20.
So when he wasn't coming good, you said, oh, I'll give you 20 then. He said, hang on, you offered me 50 to start.
50 at the start.
And then your next price was 10.
Next price was 10. Too dear.
What about 60?
60.
The person I get along with most is with Darren. He's a good friend. We talk a lot. I just feel a little homesick, being away, being separated from my family. But I'll see them when I come back. Yeah.
Tonight, when at the party, I'm going to dance with Carla.
I hope Darren's the one for me. It's a beautiful day to go shopping. You can look at now.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, bye. I gave her a little kiss on her cheek, and then he moved on her lip, and that good.
Hopefully Darren likes the pokies.
I want to go further, but see what happened down the tracks.
Mount Sinai, I guess, is the big climb. Probably 3 hours of just going straight up. The significance of it, of course, is this is the story of Moses, where he went to the top of Mount Sinai and got the 10 Commandments.
about halfway up Mount Sinai. A few coughs and one or two of them a little bit crook, but so far, so good.
Very tough. The rock's a bit slippery too. You've got to keep on stopping, let the cameras go past.
We're nearly up to the top, and I'm feeling happy.
I feel tired, sweaty, cannot see anything, it's dark. But when the sunrise come up, I reckon it's going to be really beautiful.
I'm finding it difficult to breathe because I've got a cold. I felt fly on my face, but I'm okay.
I am a little concerned about Nat because second time she's fallen over quite heavily, and the batteries are going in her torch, but I'm going to hang on to her, but I'm pretty certain she'll be right.
Yeah, they're doing it tough, but I think they're all pretty determined to get there. Well, we finally made it to the top. We weren't sure for a while, but everybody made it. Natasha had a bit of a hard fall, actually, where the doctor's looking at her knee, but we think she's okay.
I did very well. I kind of wore the top to see the sunrise and grazed my knees.
We made it.
Yay!
Yay! Woo! Yay!
Lovely sunrise. Oh, it's so... Oh, excellent. I cannot explain. It really worth it to go up there.
Hurt my ankle and my hand.
Natasha's impressed me in the entire trip because Natasha has certainly come out of her shell. And I've seen a vast difference in Natasha from climbing Mount Morning in Australia to the Mount Sinai trip in Egypt. And Natasha's confidence, I think, has just gone through the roof.
Stanley and I have been together for 2 weeks and we really enjoy each other's company. He wants to get married, but I'm not ready to rush into anything just yet.
This trip has changed me a lot, making me really happy. Plus I got a letter, I got Natasha's home address and her telephone number. She has got mine too.
I felt at the end of the trip that no matter what we said we were going to do with this team of participants, they would have just said, yeah, sure, let's go. And that was the huge difference. From the start of the exercise to the finish was just an amazing change in their ability to tackle anything.
Yeah, and things changed. The trip's changed me really well.
The biggest change for Carla was the whole time we were in Egypt, she never heard any voices.
I was happy that they didn't come with me. I was happy that they stayed at home.
It's just awesome. I can't believe it's 2 weeks, it's just about finished. Yeah, it's going to be awesome flying back to Australia. Just wait to see Mum and Dad when I get off the plane again. I think the hardest moment was leaving Dad for 2 weeks. That's the hardest moment I ever done.
No matter how successful a trip is or how much you've enjoyed it, it's always nice to get home. And you could see by the looks of the faces of the people that we had taken with us that they were pleased to be home as well, because it was a tiring trip. And their family and friends were very, very pleased to see them. It was really nice to get a welcome home like that.
When everybody else's family was there and my children was not there, it actually felt lonely.
Unfortunately, we've got some sad news. James is no longer with us. He moved out to share a house with Darren.
It leaves a bit of an emptiness because he's been with us for so long. But since his trip to Egypt, he's become very independent and very determined that he wants to live his own life.
You reckon you can get all your gear in here?
Yep, I can get it in here.
We're going to have lots of parties.
Lots of parties.
Lots of girls.
Lots of girls.
Good time. And
good time.
Yep.
Darren hasn't contacted me since we come back to Australia.
I did not have her phone number. I had it before, but I did not write it down.
I just wish Darren would just get on the phone and start ringing me. Yeah.
I rang up John, and John texted me with her number, and I rang her, and I got Carla.
You planned to go to the movies, but you never got there because Darren got busy. And that's that, isn't it?
Yep.
And what do you think about all that? Ho hum. Whatever will be, will be.
Yes.
I was a little nervous moving in with a friend, moving out, a little nervous. Yeah, that's part of life. I work at Coles Toowong. I help a milk salesman out. Next destination is next place to go to overseas is America. And after that, Europe, and after that, China, or next after that, Asia. After that,
I think she got a lot out of it. She really talks about a lot. How she rode on the camels and the donkeys and everything.
And I don't think he had any wild parties when I was away.
No.
You sure? Yeah.
China, Asia, Thailand, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Bangkok.
I don't contact Stanley much anymore because my parents and I decided that it's best if I don't have a romantic involvement with him.
And that's Natasha's decision, it was not us. We gave her every opportunity. If she wanted to carry that relationship on, we'd have welcomed him, but she made the decision that she didn't want to.
Oh, I think they want to protect him means not let me get hurt, but I'd like them to just back off a bit and let me make decisions for myself.
I don't know what's happening with Natasha. I'm letting her muck up her own mind. I don't know. Just wait and see what happens. I doubt it. I'll find anyone else. And I had to accept that.
I know people with disabilities do get married and have children and all that type of thing, but it's we don't see much of it in Natasha's group.
No.
Hopefully get married either this year, after the Nationals or before the Nationals this year. I'm not quite sure. Hopefully we'll get soon, because I just can't wait to get married to Dale.
Darren and I will I'll do some cooking, and Darren and I will take turns cooking. And we'll take turns washing up. A spag bowl, stir fries, cake recipes, hot dishes, bangers and mash, pot pies, but I'm not really good at cooking pies, but I could learn.
Okay. You can stuck in now.
Okay.
At the end of this, I feel very comfortable that we've actually achieved what we set out to do, and that's break down some barriers for these guys. I never realised for a minute how much that they would achieve and grow through this process. It's been nearly 12 months, and they've certainly done that. They've just amazed me at how they've changed since they've come back.
At last we're free, we feel dreamers just like you.